this enzyme beta? It helps in the conjugation of the bilirubin. Okay, from the blood to transfer to the liver, in the liver it has to get conjugated. That is not being occurring. Okay, that's not taking place. That is congenital bilirubinemia. So we were going to page number 226, right? So in this biological oxidation, basically you should know the correct concepts of this chapter in order to understand. Um, the food what we eat is in three different forms. What are those? Carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, isn't it? See here, beta. Whatever you should understand this cycle thoroughly. So biological oxidation chapter is concerned with all these food items, how they are finally converted to ATP. Okay, the production of ATP will be discussed under this chapter, irrespective of what type of food we eat. So whether you take carbohydrates or whether you eat fats or whether you eat amino acids, through series of steps which will involve oxidation and reduction reaction. So wherever oxidation reduction is involved, we have this pentoses, NAD and FAD. Again, there is a question here. See, all related answers only he has asked in this question paper. Okay, so biologically important coenzymes which are pentoses, that is also being asked as one of the question. Again, this will be repeated there. So NAD, NADP and FAD, FADH, so that are being utilized for the purpose of the transfer of hydrogen. Okay, that is the oxidation and reduction reactions. So the cycle which is taking place is electron transport chain. This I will discuss in detail. Through series of steps in electron transport chain, you will see ADP combines with high energy phosphate to form ATP. And during this cycle, hot oxygen molecule will be combining with these hydrogen ions of NAD/FAD to form water molecule. Okay, this is actually the overview, summary view of the food items. They are being oxidized and reduced for the production of energy. Now let us go into the details of this electron transport chain. Basically, this takes place inside the mitochondria. Mitochondria, it has outer membrane, inner mitochondrial matrix. We have so many enzymes which are involved in the transfer of the hydrogen ions for the purpose of the oxidation and reduction. Now, see this picture also I want you to practice, and I will come back to this picture because you need to learn this picture thoroughly better. Multi-protein complexes in electron transport chain. Okay, so put a star mark. This only you need to elaborate in order to write about electron transport chain. So see here you have substrate. I told you substrate can be either carbohydrate or fat or protein. It's being converted to NADH plus H plus. Okay, so then FMNH2 FES. So the enzyme complex which is required for the transfer of hydrogen ions during first enzyme complex is NADH coenzyme Q reductase. Okay, you just come in here. Again, there is one more chain through which coenzyme Q is activated. That is with the help of complex 2 succinate coenzyme Q reductase. This arrow is pointing downwards. This arrow is pointing upwards. Whether through this steps or whether through complex 1 or whether through complex 2, we should have the formation of coenzyme Q. Coenzyme Q will transfer its electrons to cytochrome B. From there, it will get transferred to FES, cytochrome C1. So this is facilitated by another enzyme complex 3, coenzyme Q, cytochrome C reductase. From here, the electrons are now transferred to cytochrome C, cytochrome A1, A3, I'm sorry, with the help of enzyme complex 4, cytochrome oxidase. Finally, the oxygen will combine with the reducing agents, the hydrogen ions, to form water. That first step you saw, no? Like half of O2 plus H2s that will combine to form water. So this complex 3 and complex 4 and complex 1, three of them are actually helping in the formation of 3 ATPs. That means during complex 1 reaction, complex 2, 3 reaction and complex 4 reaction, ADP will be coupled to form ATP. That means 1, 2, 3 ADPs, 1, 2, 3 phosphates will be coupled to form 3 ATPs. Okay. Again, the same thing will be written in a different form beta here. See, substrate is this one. Then you have NAD, FMN. I'm showing you the same thing, NAD, FMN. Then coenzyme Q, cytochrome B, C1. Same thing you write like this serial line. Coenzyme Q, cytochrome B, FES, cytochrome C, C1, A and A2. Like that. You are writing in a straight line. Okay, cytochrome A, cytochrome A3. Okay, finally again the same cycle is rewritten like this, and we know how many ATPs are formed. I said three ADP plus three phosphates. One is at which enzyme complex? Enzyme complex 1. Second ATP is generated with which enzyme complex? That means here cytochrome B, FES, that level beta. Okay, second ATP is generated. Last is with enzyme complex 4. That means during conversion of cytochrome A to A3, third ATP is generated. Okay, that means each step of these multi-enzyme complexes will involve the union of ADP with high energy phosphate to form ATP. Okay, so for this we require this enzyme complex 5 ATP synthase. These are flavoproteins F0, F1 are flavoproteins which are coupling ADP plus high energy phosphate to form ATP. Is it clear, Beta? So our question is like I told you much in detail that what is required to that particular answer. The answer was required only, it was requiring only this cycle and at what point ATP is generated and what are the inhibitors. Suppose if you don't want ATP to be generated inside the cell, if you give these drugs at step 1, the cycle will be arrested and the first ATP generation can be stopped. Amytal, rotenone, pyridine are the drugs which can stop the production of ATP. Similarly, at second side too, antimycin, British anti-medicine, full form is given here. Then between cytochrome A3, at this point we are finding cyanide, carbon monoxide and sodium azide. These are the drugs which will stop the production of ATP at the enzyme complex 4 beta. So enzyme complex 1, 3 and 4 can be stopped or inhibited by these respective three sets of drugs. Is that clear? These are the inhibitors. And how this coupling is taking place, ADP plus high energy phosphate, they are coupling to form ATP, I said, no, for which we have chemia-osmotic hypothesis. This I will explain again when we come discuss this answer for essay. That will be repeated, everything I will repeat again. Now see here, I told you I will take you back to this picture. So if you observe this picture better, again this thing only has been written. NAD, FMN, FES, cytochrome Q, B, FES, B, all this only in straight line it has been written. Okay. NAD, FMN, cytochrome Q, B, C, A3. These are the flavoproteins which are helping in ATP synthase is the enzyme which helps in coupling of three ADPs with three high energy phosphates to form three ATPs. Okay, so that finishes our next answer. So see, read the question again. Are you able to see the question? Schematically represent the electron transport chain. That means the multi-complex 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is the schematic representation. And then you have to show those drugs, okay, which are inhibitors, and those are the places where ATP is being generated. Is that clear, Imad?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then see, biologically important nucleotide, coenzyme and functions. Can you guess what is this answer, Beta? Nucleotide coenzymes means again NAD, FAD, beta. NAD and FAD. So where did we see NAD, FAD in our answer just now? HMP shunt. Pentose phosphate pathway. The importance of pentose phosphate pathway, I said, they are helping in the formation of pentoses. No? That is the nucleotides,
Even
ribose.
FADH2 in electron transport chain
Yeah. So now if I take you to
in
the
complex
page,
1.
yeah, very good, Beta. Very good. So many examples you can write. So I will take you to the page number now, 97. Page number 97. All of you please open. 97 page, Ritika. 26 coenzyme B complexes. So all these are coenzymes inhibitor. Okay. Biologically important nucleotide coenzymes. We talked about what was that with folic acid. What did we study? Tetrahydrofolate was the active form, isn't it? You can write here. See, this is one coenzyme abbreviation that is derived from a vitamin. Okay, the dependent enzyme we have is formyl transferase. Okay, these are all biologically active coenzymes. Nucleotide coenzymes means you have to talk more about NAD and FAD better. Okay, I think there is one more. I remember the tables were given NAD and FAD. No, these are enzyme defects. Coenzymes. You can give this list of coenzymes better. Okay. And so some examples of coenzymes related to B complex vitamins are given here. So all these are biologically active enzymes. Okay. So from this table and from this table, you can elaborate your answer. Okay. Lipases. Hema, do you remember lipases we have, because for Ritika and Hema, very recently I have shown you, day before yesterday only, that table for lipases in physiology. Isn't it better? Hema, do you remember GIT chapter where we have digestion of lipids? There is one table which gives us an information regarding the digestion of lipases. The same question is asked here. Anything more you think we have done? Just take out page number 5 and 2 beta. 5 and 2. Yeah. So here in page number 5 and 2, we are being asked how to measure the protein quality. Okay, protein efficacy ratio, for which we have certain formulas which we need to study better. Okay, assessment of nutritive value of proteins. That means what, which is a good protein, which is not so much complete protein. Complete protein in the sense the protein which has all essential amino acids which has to be taken in the diet, isn't it? Those are complete proteins. Basically complete proteins are usually non-vegetarian proteins, are only complete proteins. Okay, vegetarian proteins we have to take in combination. If you are taking pulses also, you have to take the different types of pulses together in order to get different essential amino acids from different vegetarian source. So how to calculate that? See, protein efficiency ratio, it consists of feeding weaning 21 day, this experiment was done on rats, albino rats, with a 10% test protein diet and recording the gain in body weight for a period of 4 weeks. Okay, albino rats are being fed with a required amount of 10% of test protein you are giving in the diet. Then we are checking for the weight gain. Okay, that is the protein efficacy ratio. Gain in body weight divided by protein ingested. Okay, so for egg protein, the protein efficacy ratio is 4.5. For milk protein, it is 3. For rice protein, it is 2.2. Like that, it is generally calculated. Then biological value of protein, it is defined as percentage of absorbed nitrogen retained by the body. Okay, that means whatever retained in the sense the amount of nitrogen which is being utilized for bodybuilding mechanism, for the formation of bones, for the formation of muscles, okay, for the formation of hair, okay, and different types of muscles we have in our body, isn't it? For which the nitrogen is being retained. So it is divided by nitrogen absorbed multiplied with 100. Okay, so that is the biological value. So like there is another formula also, nitrogen absorbed by nitrogen lost in metabolism divided by nitrogen absorbed. Just go through this beta and then table here we have, see, here we have protein efficacy ratio of each of the nutrient what we take in our diet, egg, milk, fish, meat, rice and all. Okay? Which like pulses are rich sources of proteins. Bengal gram, red gram, groundnut, soya bean. So check their protein efficacy ratio, biological value. Okay, so NPU, net protein utilization. So you need not memorize this table better. This is only for your information. So limiting amino acid means the amino acid which is not present. Egg is a complete protein. Milk is lacking on S-containing. Fish is lacking tryptophan. Something like that. You give few examples, few values. Okay, beta? So that is all about protein efficacy ratio. That means how we have to calculate whatever protein we are consuming is giving us all nutrients required or not. Okay, let us go to page number 8, beta. Zellweger syndrome, 2 marker. Page 8.
Ma'am, it is related to peroxisomes.
Yes, beta. Above,
Okay.
yeah. Peroxisome biogenesis disorder.
This
Very
is
good.
disorder.
Yeah. It's a rare disease involving enzyme activities of peroxisomes. Okay, the biochemical abnormalities are associated with peroxisome biogenesis disorders. So that means here you will see increased level of very long chain fatty acids and decreased concentration of plasmalogens. Okay, so this is leading to this condition. So peroxisomes are basically very important for detoxification method. So we have certain free radicals produced in our body during metabolisms, carbohydrate, protein, fat metabolisms. We have H2O2, O2 minus, so many hydrogen peroxide, high free radicals. All these are actually detoxified with the help of peroxisomes. So suppose if these peroxisomes are not there, then our vital functioning of the body will be reduced. Okay, the victims of this disease may die within 1 year after birth. That means detoxification is not, antioxidants are not being produced and the free radicals are killing our cells and person will die within 1 year. So that condition is called as Zellweger syndrome. It's only a 3 marks question better. Okay. Then aldolase B. So different page numbers are given. Imad, you open to 246. Ritika, you open 278. I will open 107. It's a 2 marker, 3 marker for you.
Which question, ma'am?
Aldolase B. 246 1, 278 1. I'm going with 107. Aldolase B. So we do aldolase. This enzyme is increased in the muscular, in a disease called as muscular dystrophy beta. Did you open the page 246 Imad?
Yes, ma'am. It is fructose 1,6 bisphosphate aldolase enzyme.
Ah. So
It is glycolysis gluconeogenesis involved.
it is involved in glycolysis and gluconeogenesis. Okay,
Genesis.
deficiency. See here on the screen, deficiency of this enzyme is found in muscular dystrophy, liver diseases, myocardial infarction, myasthenia gravis, and leukemia. Ritika, page 278. What does it tell me? Hema, Ritika, any of you, please open 278 page. Imad, you open it. एक बार देखो 278. Yeah. Yes. Actually, you take this page only with the aldolase B because answer is very much specific. fructose 1-phosphate is cleaved to glyceraldehyde and dihydroxyacetone phosphate with the help of this enzyme aldolase B. Okay, that is the action of aldolase. Now it's a 2 marks question. So come to page number last question here. Biological oxidation. Not biological. Xenobiotics. 638 page. 638. 638 page. See here, this itself is a set question, but here it is asked only for 2 marks. That means detoxification. See, in Zellweger syndrome, what did you study during our metabolisms? So many byproducts and end products which are toxics are formed in the body, and they have to be continuously detoxified with certain enzymes of our body. So the mechanism which is converting the end harmful end products to safe end products and they are getting excreted through urine. Okay, that mechanism is actually called as detoxification. Basically, detoxification is taking place in the blood, liver, and the excretion is taking place by kidneys. Okay. That is, see here, we have different, he is asking us 2 examples under 2 marks question. Xenobiotics, that means the harmful products which are released during metabolisms, they are detoxified by 2 different reactions, like phase 1 reactions involving oxidation, reduction, hydrolysis, phase 2 reactions involving conjugation. One conjugation reaction you saw with bilirubin, isn't it? Bilirubin combining with UDP glucuronate to form conjugated bilirubin. If conjugated bilirubin is not formed, then hyperbilirubinemia. That example you can give here. Ziegler-Najar syndrome. That is a congenital disease. Okay, beta? So like that he has 2 examples of detoxification. You can give any two. Like alcohols are the products which are released during our metabolisms and they are converted to safe products like formic acid, okay, during with the help of oxidation reactions. Okay, aldehydes are converted, like benzaldehyde is converted to benzoic acid. Okay, so this I will elaborate when I am doing xenobiotics as an essay question, nothing to worry. Check the question paper, take the photograph. We have done folic acid, we have done pentose phosphate pathway, electron transport chain, biologically important nucleotide coenzymes, congenital bilirubinemias, lipases, dietary protein, carnitine, abnormal hemoglobin, Zellweger syndrome. Biotransformation is nothing but xenobiotics. Only 2 examples are being asked and aldolase B. Okay, that finishes our paper. Okay, so we will meet on Monday better. Okay, try to read this paper. Okay, okay. See you all better. Bye.